Hi there. Today we're going to be doing a mini pick a card tarot reading with oracle decks for each pile. And then we're going to be doing energy healing based on what the cards say that you need. So take a minute to look at each pile and determine which one you want to choose. So for the first pile, we have the Blue Ocean Tarot with Celestite, and then the Starseed Oracle. For the second pile, we have the Blue Ocean Tarot with Amethyst and Angels and Ancestors Oracle. For the third pile, we have Blue Ocean Tarot with Desert Rose Crystal and White Light Oracle. For the fourth pile, we have Blue Ocean Tarot with this blue sparkly rock, I'm not sure what it's called, and then Dreamscape Oracle. So go ahead and pause the video if you need more time to decide which pile you want to choose. Alright, if you chose pile 1 with the Celestite Crystal and the Starseed Oracle, this is your reading. So let's flip over that tarot card. Page of Cups. And then we'll shuffle your oracle. If you want to go ahead and think about the messages coming through for you as I shuffle. Spirit, what healing messages need to come through for pile 1? So with the Page of Cups, we've got someone calling in new opportunities. We've got a lot of ships arriving, which represents new opportunities. It can be something arriving or something leaving. There's a lot of sunbeams, which can represent happiness or traveling on the path that you're meant to be traveling on. Star family, you're part of a team of souls. Call in support. All right. At some stage, we are each part of a soul cluster, a gathering of souls who broke away from each other to experience themselves individually. Those who are part of a soul cluster are part of your star family. Your star family are those souls who are cut from a similar cosmic cloth. You haven't just experienced lifetimes together. Your souls were once actually one. It's very common for star family members to incarnate at similar times, to work with anchoring of similar frequency of light, and to cross paths with each other. You know that someone is part of your star family when you feel like you know and remember them from the moment you meet. They feel instantly familiar and comfortable. Time passes quickly and stretches when you're with them. You feel more yourself with them than with anyone else, and it sometimes feels like looking in the mirror because in a way, who you are. Often you'll go out of your way to help those in your star family, instinctively knowing it's part of your path. When a star family member dies, you feel it very deeply, regardless of how long you knew them. A certain soul mourning or soul breaking occurs. Think about the people in your life. Who do you feel is part of your star family? If this card comes up in a spread, it's likely that you've met someone who is part of your star family or you're about to. Who do you think is from the same star family as you? How can you call upon them for support? So, every time I do one of these videos, I add in intentions of calling in the people that I have soul connections with and soul contracts with, so that I can heal the people that I'm meant to heal. So if you feel drawn to these videos, it's likely that we have a soul contract together, and that we're meant to meet in this lifetime, or that we're meant to cross paths in this lifetime. Let's pull another tarot card. Okay. Queen of Wands. The Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so I get the feeling that you're meant to be a healer as well. That we have a lot in common, and you're drawn to my videos for a reason. You have a lot of healing powers as well that maybe you've discovered or maybe you haven't, but by connecting with me and with other people in our star family, you can begin to unlock those powers and those memories. All right, pile one, this is your energy healing. So I'm going to have you connect down to Mother Earth. Imagine your roots growing down deep into Mother Earth, connecting with her core. And then connect up to spirit, connect up to where your soul is from, where your soul's been to before. Maybe it's Sirius, Orion, Andromeda. Just opening up your channel. Letting the energy vibrate through you. Letting your soul memories get re-downloaded. Using the rune Kenes or the torch to illuminate the path and the memories that you're supposed to remember. Kenes, Kenes, Kenes. This incense is called Celestial Bliss. My incense tray is painted by my best friend. It's one of a bunch of planets and the sun. It's of our solar system, but it felt fitting for this energy healing. We're going to go in with this selenite. Your third eye chakra. Clear out any blocks. My tripod doesn't want to stay standing, apparently. I got it from Five Below, so it's not the best quality. Shifting to the frequencies of remembering. Checking if there's anything else we need to do for today. Returning all of your energies to you, fully healed and whole. And that is all for our healing today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's video. Bye. All right, for pile 2, if you chose this amethyst crystal and the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards, this is your reading. Here's your tarot card, the Tower. And then let's go ahead and shuffle your oracle cards. So the Tower is standing strong, and I feel in this Tower there's a connection to spirit and the moon, maybe, or the sun, this celestial planet or something or other, celestial power. I see you reaching up into the sky to connect with spirit and with your ancestors or your angels, and receive their messages, but you also stay rooted to the ground, or in this case to your emotions. I think your emotions are what's grounding you. But you're able to soar to new heights. All right, let's get some oracle cards. Spirit, what healing messages do you have for pile 2? Trust your talents in changing times. Okay, so I'm getting that this is a time of change, but you're still grounded and you're staying strong through your connection to spirit and to Mother Earth. Let's go ahead and read what the book has to say for this card. Stay alert as change is in the air. The spirit fox features my favorite animal of all time, the red fox, an amazingly resilient creature able to survive in urban environments or the freezing temperatures of the Arctic. Foxes know what it's like to be hunted. For centuries, they have been sought for their precious fur. When all they want is to survive. So the spirit fox can help you overcome the energies of adversity and unfair treatment. Also, as urban foxes hide in cities and go about their business in the darker hours, the fox offers the medicine of blending in. Extended message. The energies around you are changing at this time, and although it is not always comfortable, you are equipped with all that you need to survive this shift. You're being presented with opportunities to reach spaces you've never encountered before, and this can make you feel on edge, but be open to the shifts occurring because they really are the answers to your prayers. This experience of being hunted or threatened is now behind you, and you are being invited to come out of your den and reveal your glory and talents. Call upon Spirit Fox Medicine to help you be seen for who you are and trust in your talents in order to be the best you can be in these changing times. So I feel like your connection to spirit is really what's supporting you through this difficult time. And like these waves are not gentle, and emotions are high, but this could be like a spiritual awakening for you. But I think that this is a time where you can lean on spirit to help you get through these difficult times. All right, if you chose the desert rose crystal and the white light oracle, this is your reading. Welcome, pile 3. Okay, let's start with your tarot. The 2 of Pentacles. Okay. All right, let's shuffle your oracle. While I'm shuffling, you can go ahead and just ask that the messages that come through are messages that you need to hear. Spirit, show me the healing messages for pile 3. What healing messages need to come through for pile 3? I'm going to go ahead and cover that. Tantra of 639 hertz. All right, let's consult the book. All right. Be open to that which seems unfamiliar or different. You will experience a breakthrough as you embrace an unusual approach. You are on the soul path of an accelerated spiritual growth, which is swifter but not always easier. You do not have to contrive your own happiness, but you can dip into the bliss within your body to lighten the mental state and remind yourself everything is working out beautifully. Tantra is the conscious, creative intermingling of the sacred masculine and sacred feminine energies that dwell within every human heart. When one chooses to honor the interplay of these sacred energies, we become able to engage with the mysteries of our life and respond creatively. The Tantra is the refusal to turn away from your life experiences, even the painful ones, because you recognize that with wisdom, spiritual growth can emerge from all things. Tantra is the willingness of your heart to thoroughly embrace that which might be difficult or different to what we expect, and through such open-hearted engagement, discover a capacity to love and become wise. Tantra is the sacred relationship of the spirit and the body, which creates the soul with all its precious gifts of healing, creativity, love, and higher consciousness. The frequency of 639 hertz evokes unity. It moves beneath conflict and grounds us in simplicity, connection, and love. When Tantra of 639 hertz is in a reading, soul connections, whether twin flames, soulmates, spirit guides, or soul tribes, are especially significant to our spiritual growth. This frequency enhances the capacity for consciousness and healing interactions for those who have been at odds. It is a loving cosmic bliss balm which breaks the toxic grip of ego and facilitates soulful connections and karmic healing. If you've been working through relationship issues, this oracle brings good news for healing and resolution. This frequency also clears and strengthens the energy flow through the inner systems of the body, promoting cellular renewal. The heart healing brought about by this frequency heightens our spiritual awareness so that we can navigate both in our relationships and our environments with more discernment and skill. When we cannot control our environments, we work to become masterful of our own energy. This oracle brings reassurance. This frequency reestablishes our connection to the spiritual realms of love, light, and sacred healing beauty. It is the sublime frequency of ecstatic serenity. These beautiful energies enter our fields and create a movable spiritual feast which will nourish, support, protect, and shelter us no matter the environment we may be moving through. The Tantra of 639 Hertz asks you to allow connection. Do not zone out and turn away from what is happening, even when it is painful. Be gentle with yourself, but be persistent on your path. If you cannot proceed along a certain course, find another way, and do not abandon your dreams. Be receptive and also determined and dynamic. If you have been worrying about a situation, this oracle advises you are working your way through it. Whatever support you need shall be provided, and you are further along than you realize. The highest divine outcome is already being woven through your soul and into your experience. Things may not go to plan, but they are still going to work out. All right, so the Two of Pentacles is all about balance. And this card was definitely talking about balancing the masculine and feminine energies. And the vibe that I got was that Reiki will be a good healing module for your healing. It's interesting. Pile 1 was Sun and Earth, a Star and Earth, sorry. Pile 2 was angelic healing, and this one I'm feeling is going to be Reiki. Yeah. So that's your reading. Thanks, Pile 3. All right, welcome. If you chose Pile 3, this is your healing. We're going to start with what the Oracle card had to say for a healing process. So I'm just going to read that excerpt from the book. Imagine, intend, visualize, or feel a beautiful ribbon of golden light. It is fluid like a river of molten gold, radiant like sunshine. It is curling and swirling freely as though it is dancing around you. It is as though an invisible cosmic dancer is guiding it through the air in stunning patterns of playful grace. Allow yourself to become mesmerized by its golden, shining beauty. Then become aware of a beautiful ribbon of silver light. It is fluid like a river of gleaming liquid silver, enchanting as full lunar light, gracing the surface of a still lake. It is floating and flowing all around you, as though an invisible cosmic dancer is guiding it through the air with skill and pleasure. You are hypnotized by its silver shining beauty. Then become aware that these ribbons of gold and silver light are interacting. They separate and intertwine, move with freedom and intelligence, rising and falling in embrace with each other. It is absolutely beautiful to behold. Let yourself relish it. Feel healed by it. These ribbons of light and life are your own golden masculine and silver feminine channels of energy within the soul. Now it is time to rest, relax, allow your experience to settle. When you're ready, ground and hydrate your body. You have completed your healing process. And we're going to start with some Reiki. So Reiki is an intelligent energy, and it'll go to the places in the body where it's needed. So if you feel that there is a specific place in your energy or in your body where you need Reiki, you can focus on that spot in your body or in your energy. But Reiki knows where to go. You can just ask that it goes where it needs to go. So I'm a level 1 Reiki healer. I've only been through the first level of attunement. I plan to get more levels of attunement done once it fits in my budget and my schedule. But right now, I'm working with what I have. That's mostly using intuitive healing. wants to keep working. Okay, now it's done. Okay. All right, let me do one final check. Making sure there's no leaks or holes in your aura or energy field. All right, and just closing down the energy so that our connection is not like draining either one of us. Returning your energy to you, whole and healed. Right, and that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and tune in for next week's video. Bye. All right, pile 4. If you chose this sparkly blue crystal and the Dreamscape Oracle, this is your reading. Let's start with the tarot, the 6 of Cups, and let's shuffle your oracle. While I'm shuffling, you can think about the messages that need to come through for you, coming through for you. Spirit, what messages, what healing messages need to come through for pile 4? Rabbit and fox. Let's see what the book has to say about this. Page 29. Ever wonder why there's a rabbit on the moon? Of all the creatures on Earth, the rabbit was the most generous. One day, Lady Luna visited Earth. All the animals gathered around to greet this new visitor, and they brought her gifts. Some brought wood, others gathered fruit. The fox gathered fish from the river, while the poor rabbit offered grass. The rabbit told the lady to make a fire from the grass and wood. In return, he offered his body so that the lovely lady would live. In return, she brought the rabbit back to life and took him to the moon to always live with her. Meanings: generosity begets gifts. Always offer what you can. All right, so the 6 of Cups is all about connecting with the past. I'm kind of getting the vibes that it's talking about cycles, especially with this card talking about life and death and the cycle of that and being brought back to life after dying. And then I pulled 2 more cards, the Magician and the 4 of Wands. So Which is interesting because the Four of Wands here shows 5 Wands, which is a card of conflict. So I think there's some conflict with your past. I think that the work we're going to be doing is some healing, some inner child work. Maybe some belief around your powers and your capabilities. It's interesting, the fox came up in another pile, in pile 2. I'll definitely need to come back to this, but I have a meeting in 5 minutes. Okay, sorry, my tripod broke, so I'm just holding this with my hand. I reflected on the cards and came back a couple days later. I feel like maybe the cards are talking about like healing the witch wound, and like healing trauma from a past life. Especially with this card talking about death and then coming back to life. It definitely gives the vibes of like dying and then being reborn and like being reincarnated, whether on the same planet or on a different planet. But with the Magician card, I'm getting the vibe that like it's wounds directly related to being a witch, and maybe in a previous life you were killed for having magic or using magic. And yeah, so yeah, so we'll just do some healing from past traumas and past life traumas, and the witch wound, in our healing session. So stay tuned for that. See you in a minute. All right, if you chose pile 4, this is your healing. So we're going to start by bringing up the memories and feelings to the surface that we need to release and heal. All right, we're gonna pull that energy out, cut it, send it down to Mother Earth for the highest good of all. Sending down to Mother Earth, the highest good of all. I'm going to ask that your benevolent ancestral lineage helps you to heal. Calling upon them now. I'm going to connect down to Mother Earth to fill you up with positive energy. Checking in to see if there's anything else that's needed to be done. You can watch this video again if you had strong reactions to it, or if you don't feel like the healing is done. You can replay this healing part. Closing down your energy and returning your energy to you, fully healed and whole. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.